take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball that you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize.
Angel Reese once declared, "I don't need anyone to tell me I'm great. I already know I am." But clearly, her fans didn't get the memo. When she stepped onto the court for her much-hyped debut, the atmosphere was flat. No chants, no cheers, just silence echoing off the empty seats. It felt less like a debut and more like a dress rehearsal no one showed up for. But here's the twist. Rather than letting the quiet kill her moment, Angel Reese flipped the script and turned the awkwardness into a show-stopping scene. And what she did next, that's the part no one saw coming.
Okay, so people are watching, not just because of one person. All right, but they're watching because of Me Too. Me Too. They're playing at LSU. There are people right now, her fans. You know what? Her social media.
Next voice, next voice. Angel Reese said she was her. But if her means stepping into your first pro game and playing hide and seek with a crowd that never existed, then mission accomplished. It was so dead inside that even the popcorn vendors looked like they were reconsidering their career paths. The place wasn't an arena. It was basically a Zen retreat. Calm, silent, distraction-free. But not because it was peaceful, because no one bothered to show up.
Great to be here with you guys today. Angel Reese, girl, you're my angel. You're my darling. Folks, the Chicago Sky Game 1 of the preseason was underway last night. Angel Reese looked pretty good, but we're going to get into that momentarily. On the negative side, Angel Reese fans, LSU fans, all of you who tell us, oh my God, what a big superstar.
Meanwhile, in an entirely different universe, Caitlin Clark is out here shattering ticket sale records like it's light work, trending so hard you'd think she just solved boredom itself. She's being hyped like the basketball equivalent of Taylor Swift on an Eras tour stop. Every seat packed, every fan screaming, every camera flashing non-stop. Faster, honestly, than Angel Reese loses her cool the second Caitlin's name gets mentioned.
So I think it's time to finally, end the argument. End the argument that there is any sort of other needle mover that is even remotely close to Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. And again, the reason why we've got Hailey Van Lith up is because it was Hailey Van Lith's return as well as Angel Reese's return. Angel was not the only person. They had two players returning. However, right now in Carver, there are no tickets left for under $200.
Let's be honest, Reese probably pictured a red carpet rollout, fireworks, and a standing ovation just for showing up. Instead, what she got was the sound of a tumbleweed dragging itself across the hardwood. That painful kind of silence you only hear right after someone says, "Trust me, I'm a big deal," and the room stays quiet.
But her fingers turn to can't even show up and buy ticket fingers. Angel Reese going home to her alma mater, LSU, plays against the Brazilian national team in front of 6,373.
To be fair, Angel's confidence has never been the quiet type. She stormed onto courts like she held the deed, flexed like she trademarked the rebound, and swatted away critics like they were summer gnats. But all that bravado started to sound a little hollow when the crowd turned out to be a few bored reporters scrolling their phones and one security guard barely staying awake.
I've tried to tell you guys, you heard me say it on this channel. A lot of Angel Reese fans are not basketball fans, and they are proving it. They proved it last night without a shadow of a doubt. That was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. You might be like, well, Rhodes, what was so embarrassing?
The funniest part, while Angel was busy scanning the stands like she'd misplaced her entire fan base, Caitlin Clark was across town making her debut feel like the Super Bowl. Not just a full house, a bursting, shoulder-to-shoulder, clown car-level packed arena. Tickets were priced like Beyoncé had rolled through, or like someone was auctioning off the last Cronet in New York.
I don't want to hear ever again anyone ever tell me that there's anyone that's like Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. I don't ever want to hear it again. Nobody. There is nobody like her. I'm not glazing her. I'm telling the truth.
And did Caitlin live up to it? Please. She dropped highlights like mixtapes, feeding the crowd bucket after bucket while they roared like they'd been starving since March Madness. Angel? Let's just say her game wasn't exactly must-see TV. More like the kind of stream you stumble across on a shady website, buffering every 5 seconds, comment section filled with bots. But hey, she didn't let the ghost town atmosphere stop her. Nope. She jumped on social media, fired shots at the media, probably even side-eyed her Uber driver. I don't ever want to hear anyone compare her to Caitlin Clark again. Nobody is like Caitlin. Nobody. And here's the thing, that wasn't glazing, that was just reality. Because when Angel tried to spin it as the world being unfair, the truth was simpler. All eyes were on Caitlin because Caitlin earned them. Let's not rewrite history. Clark dragged college basketball into primetime all by herself. She wasn't just hooping, she was redefining the sport. Logo threes, filthy no-look dimes, court vision so sharp it made analysts start throwing around words like generational and alien with a straight face. She didn't beg for the spotlight, she owned it. Meanwhile, Angel was busy trying to trademark her attitude. If Caitlin was out there writing basketball history, Angel was scripting reality TV drama. The side eyes, the finger waves, the post-game shade tossed around with the subtlety of a 2012 Twitter subtweet. And honestly, people tuned in, not always for the basketball, but for the spectacle. Oh, you want me to make this tighter? More like a YouTube voiceover script with hard punches at the end of each section. They've gotten more attention than ever before, and yes, part of that is Angel Reese. Can't deny it. But let's not twist the story. She's not the reason. She's not the headline. That's Caitlin Clark, period. Caitlin is the show, the reason people buy tickets, the reason arenas sell out, of course. What's left of Reese's fanbase rushed to spin excuses. She was robbed. It's the schedule. The league just can't handle how real she is. Right, because professional sports are notorious for punishing confident women who, checks notes, also win games? Please. Newsflash, nobody's punishing Angel Reese. She's been milking one viral moment like it's a lifetime achievement award. The difference between her and Caitlin isn't just on the scoreboard, it's in the energy. Caitlin walks in, locks in, and delivers. Angel walks in, shows off, and sulks when the applause never comes. And sulk she did. Post-game, she looked like someone who just got ditched on prom night. Pouting, brooding, probably refreshing Instagram like it owed her flowers. Her "I'm still that girl" speech hit different when the only people listening were a few reporters praying the parking lot didn't close. Fans claim they love Angel Reese, but when it comes time to prove it, crickets. They don't show up, they don't spend, they don't support. It's a pattern, and honestly, embarrassing. But you won't hear that from the mainstream media, still clinging to the narrative that the Bayou Barbie is a star. Maybe she's popular, maybe she's beloved by some, but let me make this crystal clear. Angel Reese is not a draw. Now rewind to that debut game. You'd expect her to treat it like the moment of a lifetime. Hustle, lock in, prove the haters wrong. Instead, it looked like a groggy pickup run after 3 hours of sleep and a cheap energy drink. Her stat line wasn't game changer, it was game chased me out the door. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark stepped in like she knew exactly what the stage meant. Smooth passes, logo threes, command of the floor, the kind of debut that makes fans throw their wallets at the box office. That's the difference. Caitlin didn't just show up. She showed out. Angel's debut had people saying, "Wait, that was today?" You can almost picture her scrolling through headlines, desperate to find one, just one, that read, "Angel Reese steals the spotlight." Spoiler. There wasn't a single one. The only thing she managed to steal was her own thunder. Now let's talk numbers, because that's what the pros are really about. Any lingering doubts about Caitlin Clark? Gone. She racked up record ticket sales, shattered viewership marks, sent jersey orders skyrocketing, and broke attendance records for a preseason game. A preseason game. Meanwhile, Angel Reese? Her jersey is still sitting on shelves in every size. Honestly, they'd probably toss in a free one if you bought a foam finger. But Angel's energy? Same as ever. She's acting like some invisible hand ripped the crown off her head. Reality check. Nobody snatched it. You dropped it. And Caitlyn scooped it up, waved to the crowd, and splashed a 3. That's the difference. This season? It's shaping up to be a Caitlyn Clark highlight reel, with Angel popping in like an unwanted subplot. Oh look, Angel's mad again. Oh wow, a cryptic tweet. Another interview where she lectures about haters, like she's hosting a TED Talk for bitter influencers. The league doesn't need theatrics. It needs hoopers. Players who understand that controversy isn't the same thing as legacy. Caitlyn? She's putting on a masterclass in focus and execution. Angel? She's auditioning for a reality show nobody asked for. And here's the bigger picture. Caitlyn Clark isn't just popular, she's extraordinary. She's cutting through the noise in a way women's basketball has never seen. People who never cared about the sport are saying, I might watch Caitlyn Clark. That's the power of extreme excellence. It sells itself. Angel's approach, on the other hand, is like losing a race and demanding a rematch because your shoelace might have come loose and Mercury was in retrograde. Caitlyn never begged for the spotlight, she earned it. Angel, on the other hand, keeps chasing it, then acts shocked when she realizes it runs on solar power and she's standing in the shade. And let's not forget, when Caitlyn didn't win the big awards in college, she didn't throw a fit. She smiled, nodded, and dropped 40 the next night. Angel. She's still bringing up last season like it's the title of her memoir, The Year They Didn't Clap Loud Enough. At this point, every Angel Reese press conference feels like a TED Talk on why people are mean to me. It's less basketball, more performance art, like asking for a standing ovation just for showing up. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark is out there grinding, acting allergic to drama and addicted to wins. The contrast couldn't be clearer. One is building a legacy, the other is building a grudge. And here's the thing, Angel Reese could be great. The raw talent is there, buried under the layers of theatrics and overhype. But greatness doesn't happen just because you say it does. You earn it, every single night, whether the crowd is sold out or barely there. LSU fans, where you at? Angel Reese fans, where you at? Chicago Sky fans, anybody? Because while her supporters are still searching for their seats, Caitlyn Clark has people flying in from Florida, California, even overseas, just to watch her play exhibitions. That's the difference. One is local noise. The other is global draw.